Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another beer review. Well, not just a beer review, we have got a beer comparison as well. Now, we're off to a brewery which I haven't featured on this channel for a very long time. We're going back maybe years. We're off to Adnams Brewery. And later, well, is it November last year? I might have done this. They brought out a double ghost IPA, which is a variation of their ghost ship pale ale, which years ago was I remember it being fantastic in cans. I remember it. Everyone was raving on about how good it was in cans. I remember Terry Kay, God bless him, going on about how good Ghost Ship was in cans. I picked him up at the time, and he was right. They were fantastic. So it's a beer we've got now. We've got the Ghost Ship, which I haven't had for years. I'll be honest, I haven't had this beer for years. It is, I would say it's my favourite Adnams beer. I did like the Broadside, but for me, I think the Ghost Ship would be my go-to Adnams beer. But again, I don't see much Adnams up north. I don't. In the supermarkets, you get this. You get the alcohol-free version. So let's just crack this open, give it a little mini review. Be nice to. There's the crown. Nice to revisit it. There is lots of citrus, very fresh. This is clocking at 4.5, is it 4.5% ABV? Yeah, 4.5% ABV. Nice little hint of biscuitiness there from the malt. But nice hint of lemon. Lovely, lovely. Let's just pour this out and give it a go. Oh, there's a little bit of water in my glass. I do apologise. I've rinsed my glass out. Let's have a look at it. I've got to say, it's been years since I've had this marmalade in colour. Head's just dissipating down. Stick that there, put it up to the light. Not much in carbonation, quite clear. Very much looking a filtered looking beer there. Let's get a whiff. And again, a slight hint of spiciness. Hint of orange. But it smells great. It does. It smells great. I'm going to go in. Cheers, everyone. Light body, nice refreshing body. As you go in, you're greeted with that bitterness, that citrus note. Then it dampens down a bit in the mouth. And it's a weird saying, dampens down a bit, but it just settles down. That bitterness settles down in the mouth. Nice light body to this. The mouthfeel is not too hard, quite relatively soft. Then not towards the back end, it starts to suck at your mouth and leaves it a bit dry on the back end. And you pick up the malty biscuitiness on that back end as well. It tastes great, it does. Very easy drinking, 4.5. Have they changed the recipe since I last had it? Most probably, but you can't deny it's a good, wholesome, tasty beer. And yeah, it gets the thumbs up. So that's the Ghost Ship. We'll leave that there for a minute. This is the one what came out November, 5.2% double Ghost Ship. This is a double dry hopped IPA. I've got the website up and they're saying in this, the hops, because I don't think I've got the hops written on here. No, which is a bit of a bugger. No, they haven't got the hops written. The hops, but Centennial, Chinook, and Citra. The Citra hop really has not only transformed the brewing landscape, but the Adnams brewery itself, they're saying. Well, Citra is one of the most widely used hops you know, in the beer industry, isn't it? So let's just crack this one open like you do. So it's 5.2. There is the crown. Let's get a whiff. Yeah, fruity, slight fruity notes, but not a lot, to be honest, from there. Not a lot, not a lot. Let's just pour it out and see what we get. And we'll give it a little mini review. Then we do a little bit of comparison. How about that? If you don't like that, then you can switch off now if you want. So, beer in a glass. Quite a bit of carbonation there. Quite a bit of carbonation going up to the light. Yeah, like marmalade again, slight marmalade colour. Loads of carbonation. Could be the glass. Let's get a whiff. Yeah, it's not like nice, steady, subtle fruity notes. Not a lot going on, to be honest, but I'm going to go in. So cheers, everyone. First off, carbonation comes in. Then you pick up a slight hint of fruity notes there. Slight grassy note as well. Towards the back end, slightly dry. There's not much in terms of bitterness for me. Mouthfeel is relatively soft. It's 5.2. It doesn't taste like a 5.2 beer. It tastes of a, for me, it tastes of a beer slightly less in ABV. Got quite a light body to it. It's very traditional in all aspects. Subtle fruit notes. There's nothing really, you know, pushing the boat in terms of fruity bitterness notes. But overall, you know, it's remarkably easy drinking. So we'll put that there. Bring on the original Ghost Ship, and we'll put it next to the Double Ghost IPA. Will the Double Ghost IPA make it all the way to India on a boat? Never know. Right, so let's look at the appearance first. So you've got the Ghost here and the Double there. So let's look at the appearance first. So both beers, I can tell you now, the Ghost Ship is slightly darker, not much in it. But the big difference in appearance is the carbonation. The Double Ghost Ship is spilling dark carbonation. Spilling dark carbonation. And the normal Ghost Ship hasn't got much going for it, to be honest. So let's get the aromas. Ghost Ship. You do get a hint of toastiness there. With that citrus, should I say. And to be honest, the Ghost Ship has got more going for it in aroma. It has. But the proof is in the taste, boys and girls. So, we're going first with the Ghost Ship. Now going with the Double Ghost Ship. The Ghost Ship is more bitter for me. There's more bitterness in that beer than the Double Ghost Ship. The Double Ghost, should I say. For me, the Ghost Ship, the emphasis is on the bitterness. The Double Ghost Ship, the emphasis is on the biscuity maltness for me. The body of the beers, the Double Ghost Ship has got a thicker body to it. You can feel it. It's got a thicker body to it. And it's, for me, it feels more robust. It's leaning towards, you know, a very traditional IPA with a big biscuity, malty backbone to it, where the Ghost Ship feels more lighter and more refreshing in a way. So they are different. They are different. It all depends on taste of the person drinking it, obviously. Let's bring them back. Let's bring them back on. Didn't they do well, boys and girls? Good game. Good game. Fucking hell. Right, stick that there. I've got a preferred one. Okay, I've got a winner for me out of these two beers. And to be honest, it's pretty easy for me to choose a best beer out of these because it's down to my personal taste. For me, the best out of these two, my favourite is the Ghost Ship. It just feels more refreshing, lighter, and it feels more, it feels more sessionable than that. For me, I'm not saying the Double Ghost IPA is bad. It's not a bad beer. It just lacks in flavour, hoppy flavour for me compared to the Ghost Ship. It's not a bad beer because Adnams aren't a bad brewery. Adnams are a pretty solid brewery for me. I've enjoyed a lot of their beers. The Southwold Bitter is one of my favourite bitters. But for me, the Ghost Ship, that is the winner. The only grumbling I have for the two beers is nothing to do with the beer. It's these bloody labels. I think they're absolutely crap. Whoever designed them labels, not doing themselves any favours. I mean, I remember that the Ghost Ship in cans used to look a lot better than that. I just think it looks a bit cheap and it looks a bit naff, them labels. I do. I don't think they're doing the... It doesn't make that beer stick out on the shelf in the supermarket. It definitely doesn't. So, Adnams, if you're watching this, change your labels. I would say buy both beers, try them yourselves. Like I say, the Double Ghost IPA is leaning very much towards that traditional cask IPA. The Ghost Ship, for me, refreshing, easy drinking. Definitely buy that one again. And yes, so thank you so much for watching this beer comparison. Look after yourselves and see you on another one. Take care, everyone. Bib bib.